ONDO launched tokenized US stocks on Solana. They built their own layer 1 blockchain. They're working directly with BlackRock's $2 billion BUIDL fund, and the price is still down 88%, which means one of two things is true. Either the market is completely wrong about real-world asset tokenization, or we're looking at one of the biggest buying opportunities of 2026. I think it's the second one. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact market cap math that could take ONDO from 24 cents back to its all-time highs and potentially beyond. We'll look at what needs to happen macro-wise, what the technicals are saying, and I'll share my full trading plan with specific entry points and exit targets. Because if the RWA narrative catches momentum the way I think it will, the current price might look like a gift in just 6 months. Quick thing, if you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, then hit that subscribe button. In fact, I noticed that most of you who watch are not subscribers, and I don't want you to miss out on every new analysis we drop. This is not a financial advice, always do your own research. ONDO hit an all-time high of $2.14 in December 2024. Today, it's 24 cents, an 88% drawdown. What makes this painful? 2024 was ONDO's breakout year, delivering over 900% gains from 20 cents to $2. Then, 2025 crushed that momentum, ending at 77% down. In terms of market cap, today it sits at $1.18 billion. For a broader view, the total crypto market cap is around $2.3 trillion, down from over $3 trillion at the beginning of the year. Here's why I'm telling you this. On January 18th, 2026, ONDO unlocked 1.94 billion tokens. That's 61% of the market cap hitting the market in a single day. Early investors gained liquidity and the price got hammered. Here's the question that might be burning through your brain though. Why is the price dumping when the fundamentals keep improving? Well, there's the answer for you. Markets don't necessarily reward you for being early on promising technology. They do when three factors simultaneously align: liquidity, narrative, and positioning. Right now, the entire crypto market is in capitulation mode. The total market cap dropped 16% in one day to $2 trillion this week. When Bitcoin drops to $60,000 and all other cryptos bleed, nobody cares about your fundamentals. This was the present situation in brief, but now let's look at ONDO under the hood. See, ONDO Finance is the leading platform for tokenizing real-world assets, specifically short-term US treasuries and now equities too. Just to remind you, RWA tokenization means that taking traditional financial assets and putting them on-chain, enabling 24/7 trading, instant settlements, and also fractional ownership. The core products are USDY and OUSG. USDY is a tokenized short-term treasury product with over 1.3 billion in total value locked. OUSG, on the other hand, is integrated directly with BlackRock's BUIDL fund, which holds over 2 billion in assets. It provides institutional-grade liquidity for US government securities with instant on-chain settlements. And here's a bit about ONDO's progress. In February 2025, ONDO launched its own Layer 1 blockchain specifically designed for tokenized assets. This L1 uses permissioned validators from financial institutions and employs a proof of reserve mechanism. The unique feature? You can stake tokenized securities instead of native tokens. This was a massive technological achievement in my opinion. Yet, the token dropped 6% on the announcement. Go figure. Then, in early 2026, ONDO launched tokenized US stocks and ETFs on Solana, expanding beyond treasuries into equities. This enables custody-backed stock trading 24/7, eliminating traditional market hour constraints. At the ONDO Summit in February 2026, just recently, they announced equity perpetual futures, day one IPO access through ONDO Global Listing, a MetaMask partnership for tokenized stock distribution, and a capital-efficient model using tokenized securities as collateral. The total RWA tokenization market surpassed 17 billion by the end of 2025, with BlackRock and JP Morgan actively building in the broader $35 billion RWA sector. Now, here's the moment we address the uncomfortable truth though. Many of you are thinking, RWAs are the future of finance, so ONDO must go up eventually. Not necessarily. Not right now. Look, ONDO's current market cap is 1.8 billion. The platform's total value locked is 2.6 billion. On the surface, that sounds reasonable, sure. But here's the problem. That $2.5 billion isn't locked in the ONDO token. It's locked in tokenized treasuries and equities. The token itself captures a tiny fraction of that value through management fees. Think about it like this. BlackRock manages $10 trillion in assets. Their market cap is around 150 billion. That's 1.5% ratio. If we apply the similar logic to ONDO, a 2.5 billion TVL should support maybe 37.5 million market cap at the stated 1.5% ratio, not $1.1 billion. So we're trading at a 44% ratio of TVL to market cap. I'm not going to mince my words, that's absurdly high for an asset manager. Seems like the market is pricing in either explosive TVL growth or significant fee capture that hasn't materialized yet. If you're betting on ONDO, you're not betting on the technology being good. You're betting on liquidity returning fast enough to absorb the token unlock schedule and justify a premium valuation relative to actual cash flows. This is the trap. Betting on narrative instead of tokenomics and actual revenue. Price, at least in the short to mid-term, is a matter of liquidity, guys, not determined by technology. Now let's see what the technical analysis will tell us about ONDO. When we open the chart, we can see that the price gained almost 1000% since launch, but then it lost all of the gains, dropping to its last support level at 20 cents. The RSI has hit at this support, the most oversold level for ONDO, and it did reject the support with 30% gains. But it's still under the 50 and 200 daily moving averages. And if the overall crypto market keeps dropping, ONDO could possibly lose this support and it would get pretty ugly. Let's examine the three-part framework that crypto bull markets fit and what ONDO's place is there. First is the business cycle. The global PMI is currently at 52.6 for February. As you may have seen on X, anything above 50 signals economic expansion. Looking back, crypto has always pumped once we've had PMI above 50. All asset classes can benefit from this, and crypto and ONDO in particular too. But this alone is not enough. That's why the second part of the framework involves the Fed. The central bank of the US ended quantitative tightening at the end of last year, which was a positive sign. The money printer hasn't gone on yet, however, but with Donald Trump nominee for the next Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, might be changing that. Jerome Powell's mandate is just about over, and while his beef with Trump was fun, the market would prefer some more aggressive rate cuts and cheap liquidity. If the Fed pivots to actual quantitative easing in 2026, that's rocket fuel for risk assets. And third is the ONDO-specific news. The RWA tokenization narrative is gaining institutional momentum. That's true. BlackRock and JP Morgan are actively building in this space. Regulatory clarity is improving for tokenized securities compared to privacy coins as well. However, we have to address the bad news. The entire crypto market dropped 16% in a single day, and Bitcoin dropped 50% below its all-time high already. The thing is that when macro risk-off sentiment dominates, narrative tokens like ONDO get crushed, regardless of their fundamentals. Quite often, markets find their bottom at the worst of bad news. So, if ONDO holds current support levels despite the broader market panic, this could be a sign that sellers might finally be exhausted. Let's see where ONDO can realistically go in 2026. We've already got PMI above 50, which is one part of the whole picture. The next catalyst is the Fed QE. If the Fed pivots to aggressive liquidity injection after the staff change in May, money will flood back into crypto. Now, for our calculations, we'll use two variables. The total crypto market cap projection of $9 trillion in a full bull case scenario and ONDO's market dominance. Remember the following two figures, guys. At its peak in December 2024, ONDO held approximately 0.084% market dominance. The circulating supply is 4.84 billion tokens. In Hypothesis A, RWA becomes a mainstream DeFi narrative and ONDO maintains its historical position. The token recaptures its peak 0.084 market dominance and its market cap then reaches $7.56 billion. My price target is $1.56, which is a 6.7x from current levels and reclaims some 2024 territory. Before we get to the next hypothesis, I want to tell you about CoinEx, which is the exchange I use for my trades, including that of ONDO when the right time comes. CoinEx is my pick for a proper crypto exchange, and right now, new users get a $25 bonus. The platform's been on the market for almost 10 years, and you can long or short ONDO, as well as 1,000 other tokens there, whether on spot or leverage. So, hit the link in the description, trade, and grab your $25 bonus from CoinEx now. My other scenario, hypothesis B, assumes that RWA tokenization becomes a $1 trillion sector and ONDO dominates as the category leader. The project captures 0.15% market dominance to hit a market cap of $13.5 billion. The price shoots up to $2.80, which is a 12x move, exceeding all-time high already. But here is the dark scenario as well, guys. If Fed liquidity doesn't materialize, ONDO could test lower support. The RSI is currently at 29.21, which, let's face it, is oversold territory. Key support levels are 20 and 15 cents. Breaking below 15 cents would signal a lower move toward 10 cents possibly, which would be another 55% down from here. Well, here's how I'm approaching the situation in terms of my trading plan. Step 1 is complete. The PMI above 50, fine. Step number 2, quantitative easing. Once I see if Kevin Walsh will follow Trump's guidance for low rates and QE, then it's time to make a move on ONDO. I'll be looking to buy at clear support levels around 20 to 22 cents or waiting for ONDO to show strength with a bullish market structure shift and volume confirmation above the 30-cent mark. Then I would start offloading as follows. Half of my position, 50%, at $1.50, which is the hypothesis A target and near previous resistance. Then my next take profit is at $2.14, reclaiming the all-time high. 25% goes. And the final 25% I'll sell at $2.80, which is the complete bull case scenario. To summarize, it seems like 2026 is going to be a defining year for ONDO. The fundamentals are stronger than ever. TVL is at all-time highs. They're launching innovative products, yes, but price doesn't care about what should happen. As we said, it cares about liquidity. If macro conditions line up with Fed QE and the RWA narrative catches on, there's significant upside. But if the market stays in capitulation mode and valuation concerns dominate, we could bleed more. The question is, what's your move? Drop a comment. Are you buying this dip, waiting for lower, or sitting this one out completely? What's your 2026 ONDO target, guys? If you found this analysis helpful now, smash that like button and subscribe for more honest crypto breakdowns like this one. So, I'll see you in the next time. Ciao.